Greg Newsom back with you here, and I wanted to show y'all how I go about checking this out with Google Trends. And this is where I want to look back, say, on a 5-year period to see how any of the ideas I come up with in niche picking are going to do. So let's just take a look at a few of these real quick here. So if I'd look at pool tables, for example, but I first of all want to get to the Google Trends. So this is where we type in here, do an enter on that, and come up here. Let's pick the right, go to the home. Out of here, it's going to put that. Let's go ahead and just do a copy paste on that one there. So if I do this, and what this is going to show us here, and if you're in a different country than the United States, you want to make sure you pick the right place you want to sell to or you're curious about. So I'm picking the United States, and it's showing past day. So what we really want to do is look back, say, over a 5-year period and see how that's doing. Okay, this kind of looks jig-jaggedy, but that's not bad, because if you'll notice the volume, that's what this is measuring. Even though people are typing keystrokes, if you want to look at keystroke, you use like Uber Suggest or SEMrush. But as far as volume, I can look at this here and tell that myself anyways that's not bad. That's not the loopy-de-loop I'm talking about. You'll see some products that are down here. Underwater basket weaving is going to be right here at the very bottom, if at all, if it's even registered. So let's try just a couple others from our sheet, and let's see what we got here. So why don't we just pick out another one? Chandeliers, since that's when I tend to sell. Let's see how it's going. Okay, get back over here to this one here. Let's try this. See how it's doing. Chandelier. Sometimes you have to take the S off the end and find out. Okay, that's not bad, even though it shows us, looks like it's going down. It's not bad. We're trying to avoid that totally loop-de-loop. But if you wanted to, you can always play around with this here and see what it's doing the last day, last year. See, last year's okay. Going by a day is probably not as good, because their data is going to be probably just a slightly, delayed. But for over a year, look, you can see the volume. That's the volume on the internet overall. So let's just pick one more from our sheet here. Let's go with something that we know we sell or have sold. Let's go with espresso machines. Let's see how that does. Okay, get over here. Just going to do a copy paste on that one. See how that does. I really do not know. 12. Let's see how it does for a 5-year period. It's more seasonal, a little bit more seasonal, not really. Probably should have defined that. Maybe sometimes if you add an S to this, it makes a difference. Not always. Let's take a look and see. That didn't help it at all. So anyways, that's one I probably would not encourage you to use at this point in time. Come down here. How about copper bathtubs? This was good a few years back. Google Trends. Okay, let's see how that does. That's unusual. Okay, don't buy that one. All right, let's try one other one. We came up over here with ottomans. Maybe this has changed since I sold that store. Okay, let's see. Now, even though that's zigzaggy like that, that's actually good. And I can tell you that I've sold Ottomans, believe it or not, had a complete website or e-commerce site. That's all it showed. Well, that's all it sold, I'm sorry. So if I look at this really last year, okay, so that looks pretty neat. I mean, that's about as good as you're going to see. And this is volume again. Anyways, this is a good tool to use. I want y'all to use this. The items that we picked here, you listed down here. This is before, say, going into Module 3. We want to make sure that anything you come up with here is going to be hitting on this Google Trends, is showing, a good steady line, or about as close to this, or actually the zigzag one, even going back 5 years on this one. Even how that showed, that's still considered straight in my mind because of the volume. If you noticed, it's really above the 50, right at the 50 line. So that is one that I know for sure, since I've sold it, I would not hesitate selling it again. Anyways, that's all for this one here, and I'll catch up with you on the other lessons. Thank you, Greg.